What up, Space Fam? Goes in here from AnimeUproar, and today I am back to discuss the latest, craziest developments in the One Piece story. If you enjoyed these One Piece reviews and want to keep them coming, the best you can do is show some love for One Piece by smashing that like button and sharing this video. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe, and this is crucial, hit that notification bell or you will miss future One Piece videos. Remember to check out my One Piece playlist in the description below for hours upon hours of One Piece content, including content about the Yonko, Warlords, Supernova, and more. As always, there will be manga spoilers. We are talking about the latest chapter, chapter 982 after all. Now, without further ado, let's jump into it. This chapter is called Ruffian Meets Ruffian. A ruffian is defined as a violent person, especially one involved in crime. In short, it's a troublemaker, and we know practically everyone here could fit that description. Pirates are all technically criminals after all. Nonetheless, this title suggests that we will be getting an important clash between two troublemakers in this chapter, which is something huge that we can look forward to. We're back at Onigashima. Remember that last chapter, a bunch of stuff happened. Chopper was spotted by Big Mom, and Marco the Phoenix showed up at Wano and made sure that Big Mom's family wouldn't be present for the big fight by knocking them down the waterfall, just as King did before. Now we just need Pell the Falcon in here the next time the Big Mom pirates are making their way up, and we can get a flying zone hat trick. We start out with some more Black Maria glory. Instead of joining the other Flying Six members and searching for Kaido's son, Black Maria stays by Kaido's side. At first, Kaido is upset, telling her she has a job to do, but she tells him to relax since there are already plenty of people searching for his son. Clearly, she isn't one of the Flying Six members that are trying to take the position of an all-star. She tells Kaido that she'll stay right here as she cuddles up against him. Clearly, being a Yonko has its perks, and Black Maria's huge size actually makes her a good fit for the also huge Kaido. Kaido finally relaxes and agrees with her, saying it's time for celebration. Keep in mind, they think that the samurai threat has been dealt with once and for all because Kanjuro did not make it to them yet. Orochi is also glowing, thinking about how after 20 years the Kozuki ghosts that he's been fearing are finally gone. You'll never see Orochi happier than he is in this panel, and the contrast is sure to be all the more satisfying when he finally finds out that the ghosts he fears are still very much alive and ready to carry out their revenge. Orochi explains that Kanjuro was supposed to come with the captains who sunk the Red Scabbard ships, but as we know, because of complications, he was left to find his own way without any assistance. Kaido is relieved, saying he thought he might have accidentally killed him. And when you're Kaido, you probably do accidentally kill a lot of people. Kaido also mentions Laugh Tale, the final island with the One Piece, that Oden visited with Goldie Roger. Kaido is clearly still trying to find it, unlike Whitebeard, who was not interested. But apparently Oden didn't give his retainers any clues about it. Then the trader finally makes his way to the Yonko and Orochi with his giant ink brush. He causes a ruckus because he keeps knocking people out who are probably mistaking him for an enemy and attacking him. Clearly, Kanjuro is strong since he can just beat up beast pirates while holding Momonosuke in his other hand. Although it's lucky that he didn't run into an all-star or Flying Six member he couldn't reason with, because that would not have been so easy to deal with. Orochi is overjoyed to see Kanjuro, and Kaido tells his man to stop causing trouble since Kanjuro is one of Orochi's men. And we really get a sense of how big Kanjuro is here. He's so tall that his head pops out of the panel, and Momonosuke looks like the size of a basketball in his hand. He's introduced by his full name, Kanjuro Kurozumi, and his full title, Shogun Orochi's Betrayer. I checked and it turns out Kanjuro is 11 feet and 5 inches tall, so it makes sense that he towers over so many people. It's pretty ironic that someone who stands out so much in height and appearance turned out to be the traitor that no one could pinpoint. Kanjuro apologizes for having to cut down Kaido's comrades who took him for an enemy, again showing that he's pretty freaking strong, despite the fact that he was often used for comedic relief. And Oda himself is a genius for hiding the traitor with comedic relief too. Orochi is still happy, thinking everything went off without a hitch. He sees Momonosuke and is overjoyed that he has the helpless son of his rival Oden in front of him. We get a moment here that addresses something that was previously foreshadowed. Momonosuke wanted to escape, as he said he would, and we saw him looking at a blade previously. It was suggested that he would use the blade to free himself. Evidently, he tried to do just that, but then the despicable giant traitor punished Momonosuke for the attempt by beating him to a pulp. Kanjuro didn't want to take any chances, so he made sure his prisoner couldn't move, even if he wanted to. In contrast to Orochi, Kaido doesn't look too happy to see a beaten up kid. Again, I think Kaido has a certain amount of honor that is completely absent in Orochi. He felt bad for taking advantage of a distraction to defeat Oden, he didn't kill Momonosuke when he could have in the past, and he had Big Mom untied when he could have just killed her. And now, rather than being overjoyed like Orochi, he has a kind of disgusted expression on his face. Orochi is so amused to see how Kanjuro can beat up his former master like it's nothing. Kanjuro is completely emotionless about it despite all the many years he spent with the Kozukis. And Kanjuro, being the die-hard committed actor he is, says that now that his role is over, Momonosuke is nothing but a brat to him. Clearly, Kanjuro is mentally disturbed. He's a villain who's easy to hate, but his story and behavior definitely make him an interesting villain. Kaido gets a flashback of when he called Momonosuke's dad an idiot lord. He could have killed Momonosuke at this point, but he didn't. He said he'd let him perish in the flames of the burning castle, but in reality it seemed to me like he couldn't bring himself to kill such a young child, especially after the way he beat Oden. We also know that Kaido's hobby is trying to take his own life, so who knows, maybe he secretly hoped Momonosuke would come back stronger one day to take his revenge. Perhaps the reason Kaido wants to keep trying to take his own life is because he feels guilty about his dishonorable actions in the past. We can't know for sure yet, but I think Kaido is definitely more complex than most people would give him credit for. Kaido then says he's disappointed by the kid. He looks exactly the same as he did back when he spared his life, still small, young, and helpless. Kanjuro then throws Momonosuke on the ground, calling him filthy and saying he's hardly worth his own name. Kanjuro truly is a horrible person, and this will definitely make it all the more satisfying when he gets his just desserts. Black Maria takes pity on Momonosuke, and like us, she recognizes how sad it is that someone would actually beat him to a pulp. Kaido keeps drinking, as if to help him forget that he's allied with such scummy people. He's notably serious and quiet in contrast to Orochi, who can't stop smiling and even wants to drink to Kanjuro's success. Finally, then Kanjuro comes out with the truth that his plan failed. The samurai and the others are indeed still coming. Then we get another hilarious moment where Kanjuro says that he never imagined Kinemon to be so calculating. Kanjuro still believes that Kinemon managed to outsmart him and doesn't realize that Kinemon himself made a mistake. I'm telling you guys, when this story is told centuries from now by the people of Wano, Kinemon will probably be spoken of as a cold calculating genius. Orochi is no longer smiling. The coward of a shogun is worried again. No matter what, he can't escape the ghosts of his past. I almost feel like his mental fear and torture that he's been carrying for so long is as much of a punishment as when they finally end up putting him out of his misery for all that he's done. Fukuro Kujo, the captain of Orochi's ninja squad, shows up. He lets them know that there isn't a single ship at the port, although the 3 ships that departed haven't returned, and 4 pirates have been found at the party, namely our 4 worst generation pirates Luffy, Zoro, Kid, and Killer, who've been causing a commotion in recent chapters. Well, except for Killer. The poor guy's trying to reason with the rest, who always seem to be running into trouble. We get an image of our 4 pirates, and the image makes them look so evil, it's great. You also gotta respect Zoro's Pirate Hunter title and Killer's Murder Machine title. Zoro comes off as a dude who's crazy enough to even hunt Yonko, which makes him such a legend in the making. Obviously, he's not strong enough to take down a Yonko yet, but I can already imagine how subsequent generations will speak of the legendary pirate hunter Zoro. When asked why the info that there were trespassers wasn't brought up before, Fukuro Kujo mentions that Queen is handling it and he didn't want to ruin the party. Also, the samurai haven't been spotted, plus the full force of Orochi and Kaido's crew are pretty much gathered at Onigashima, so it doesn't really make sense for them to worry about it. They should be completely safe, but that should is the key word, since things don't always go as they should, especially when the unpredictable supernovas are thrown into the mix. Black Maria, being her fine, calm self, tells Orochi to relax and drink up, but Orochi is freaking out. He's a weak man who's always relied on the strength of others, and he cannot relax until he is sure that the samurai are dead. Momonosuke knows that Luffy is here, and he remembers that Luffy promised to rescue him, but he's worried about Kinemon and the others because there are no ships in sight. But we know that they pulled a boss move and destroyed the boats so they wouldn't be tempted to retreat. retreat. Then Orochi fully illustrates how pathetic someone run by fear can truly be. He takes Momonosuke and announces that they will kill him in front of everyone, the last remnant of the Kozuki clan. This is a huge development, and it definitely adds a huge sense of urgency to the battles that are about to take place. This is going to bring up memories of what happened to Yasu, and in a way our characters are probably going to get a chance to make up for the fact that they couldn't save Yasu by saving Momonosuke. We see Law and those with him in the submarine communicating with Nekomamushi and his group. They are rushing to get to the rear entrance and everything looks like it's going according to plan. Even though Oden is gone, his memory is still very much alive and these guys are committed to carrying out his will. Kamino was right when he said a true man never dies even when he's killed. And that's definitely the case for Oden. We then jump to Nekomamushi's team. He's with his guardians and with our epic phoenix, Marco himself. Marco thought he was gonna be late and sent a note, but he made it at the same time as our big feline friend, and so he outdid himself again. I also got a kick out of his letter and how he just signed it Marco. I don't know why, but I thought that was pretty cool. Someone not shown also lets Marco know he made the right choice. Marco liked Oden, so it makes sense that he'd want to help those carrying out his will. But he also mentions that word of Wano never made it to sea. Thus, we have a possible excuse for some people not showing up that might have otherwise shown up. Still though, if Marco could figure out about it, there's a chance that others could. And I feel like Shanks would be in the same boat as Marco. He liked Oden too, and he'd definitely want to help carry out his will. Not to mention the fact that his Straw Hat successor Luffy is present, the boy he sacrificed his arm to save before. Come on Shanks, I need to see you in Wano, bro. We jump to Denjiro, who under the disguise of Kyoshiro runs into Sasaki, as far as we know one of the strongest of the Flying Six. Denjiro not only figures out that they're looking for Kaido's son, he also manages to chain up Sasaki, rendering him unable to battle. He thus took out a very powerful opponent with minimum effort, and then in epic fashion shows off his Oden tattoo on his back. Denjiro continues to be an MVP in this arc. Although I feel like if this wasn't shonen, he would have killed Sasaki rather than just gagging him. Leaving someone as troublesome as Sasaki alive seems unlikely when you're in the middle of such a huge war that you've been planning for decades. We're told that the metaphoric noose tightens around Kaido's neck as the forces surround him from all directions. We get an epic panel of Denjiro's face. Things look like they're going real well, but we must remember that every noose that tightened around Kaido's neck in the past snapped. So it definitely won't be easy for a dude, especially now that they know our samurai and pirates are coming, and that they have arguably the most important figure of this war, Momonosuke, as a hostage. We jump to Big Mom and Chopper, who made eye contact last chapter. I wasn't sure which way this would go. Would Big Mom's head damage lead her to recognize Chopper as a friend, or with all her memories back would she recognize him as an enemy? Well, we got our answer here. Chopper and Usopp got a direct hit on her, but it only irritates the Yonko. She recognizes them as Straw Hats and tells them that she wants their captain's head. Like the rest of her family, she wants to wipe out Luffy and restore any injury that he did to her crew's reputation. Although scared of the Yonko, Chopper and Usopp succeed in leading her in the opposite direction, allowing the samurai to carry out their plans. It never fails to impress me how you can always count on Usopp when the chips are down, no matter how scared he gets. And that pretty much applies to Chopper as well. In the meantime, Nami's group runs into Prometheus, who recognizes Nami as the woman who stole Zeus. He's hot and angry while Nami's staff with Zeus shakes. Nami is scared and this could go either way at this point. Will Nami lose Zeus? I hope not. Or will she somehow gain Prometheus too, who would benefit her greatly with her climate-focused powers? That would make Nami quite a force to be reckoned with, especially compared to where she started from. We then get another cute moment with Ulti and Page 1. Ulti is acting like their boyfriend and girlfriend, while Page 1 just wants to get her off his back. Ironically, not only does she not leave him alone, she actually jumps on his back, asking for a piggyback ride. It's hilarious how Page 1 falls straight on his face, and he falls right in front of Luffy. Ulti and Luffy make eye contact, and thus the two ruffians meet. Ulti with a serious face asks Luffy what he wants, and Luffy with a serious face responds that he was gonna ask her the same thing. This moment really emphasizes how similar these two are. Both always speak their mind, completely ignoring societal expectations and common sense as well. Finally, Luffy has met up with some Flying Six opponents, and will hopefully get a real fight in the next chapter. We got the short Apu scuffle, but nothing really prolonged. Now, next chapter, we may get to see Ulti's true powers, and we may get to see Luffy really go at it. Or at least, he may leave them for Zoro or Killer. With Big Mom chasing Straw Hats, Marco and the rest making their way to their destinations, Orochi about to kill Momonosuke, and Kaido's son about to be found, things are probably going to get real crazy in the next few chapters, and I can't wait. Let me know what you're looking forward to the most in the next few chapters. If you did enjoy this review and want to keep them coming, the best thing you can do is show One Piece some love by smashing that like button and sharing this video. Let's see if we can get something epic like 5,000 likes on this one. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe, and this is crucial, hit that notification bell or you will miss future One Piece videos. Yesterday I dropped an all Paramecia fruits and their powers explained video, so you can check that out while you wait for the next chapter. Link in the description. I'll also link my entire One Piece playlist below if you want to see videos about the Yonko, Warlord, Supernova, and more. As always, feel free to leave suggestions for future One Piece videos you would like to see in the comments below. Lastly, the YouTube ad rates have significantly dropped recently, so the help and support we're getting from our AnimeUproar patrons is now more important than ever. A very special thank you goes out to our patrons over on Patreon who help us survive these YouTube issues and who help make videos like this one possible. First and foremost, I want to thank the legend, acknowledged by Lord Twigo himself, Efren A, and the 1-tier patrons, the ones who stand atop all clans: Steven Ingrata, Alola Natem, The World, Steelers, Acquire Respect, Pate Hefa, Jonathan King, Desi D, Brandon Aviles, Papa Smurf, The School Bus, King Riser, Emperor Otaku, Richie Martinez, and Thomas Jones. And our Pro Hero tier patrons, the one and only Gilgamesh, Nothing But a Fan, Jason Wilson, King Zelgis, Anatoly Kazatsky, Angel Cruz, Cricket XP, Joe Stanton, Very Gucci, Alicia Actor, Jessica Kayla Fawn, Hinokami and Water, Bonnie Park, Zodiar 12, Rathuin Deora, Tien Huang, Cynical, Kraken, Fulgus77, and Deadly Saint. Thank you all so much. If you enjoy our work, you can support more of it by going over to patreon.com/AnimeUproar and becoming a patron today for as little as $1. If you do so, you'll get your name featured in future videos alongside these amazing people right here, and you'll even get access to our private patron-only Discord where we talk about anime, life, and of course, dank memes. So check out patreon.com/AnimeUproar, link in the description if you're interested. You can also now join the YouTube channel and support more content that way if you prefer. Whichever way you choose to support us, you can get the same great benefits. Thanks again, and until next time, see ya, Space Cowboys.